welcome.
Hello everyone.
So, welcome to another one of our Facebook Lives. We're going to do a few this week. Where with the energy of the new year and
The ending of this one.
It's a time to really whoops. A message coming up on the phone.
I don't see that. I just ignore that when it happens. Sorry, I just got a text right in the middle of Kara talking.
Distracted me a bit. It's a really great time of year to make use of that collective energy of releasing, integrating and claiming something new and stepping into new energies. So that's what we're focusing on in this live and in a couple of other lives afterwards. We're going to continue on the journey. Yeah. But whether you join just this one or all of them, we'll make sure there's value in it for you.
Absolutely. Yes, yeah. So this is actually going to be part of 3, but you don't have to do all 3. If you do all 3, then you're going to get kind of the complete process. But today's one is around releasing and integrating 2016. So we have the benefit now of hindsight, of perspective, of looking back over a year. Often when we're in the year and we're going and going and going, it's not as easy for us to be able to see from that zoomed out perspective what our gifts were in the year, what our areas of growth were. Especially when we're talking about the releasing stuff, sometimes when we're in stuff that feels blah, like it's hard to see the gifts in it. It's hard to zoom out enough to be able to see the perspective of the bigger picture. And so part of your year in review is this releasing and integrating of the previous year, of really taking in the lessons that you've learned and the gifts that you've received and expanding and growing from that review, so that as you move forwards into claiming what you want for the next year, which is Thursday, it's the next one, Thursday, you've got all that gifts already integrated from the previous year. You want to absorb your year and really anchor it in your body before moving forwards. It's a really strong foundation to do that. So the first thing that we're doing is the releasing, and then the claiming, and then kind of the consolidation and the theme of the year for 2017 moving forwards, from all the lessons and the gifts and what you want to claim. We'll help you put it all together to create a theme for the year for 2017, for next year, and how do you work with that theme on all areas of your life? Because while we're talking about motherhood as the lens, this whole reviewing, this 3-part series, is not just you as a mother. This is you as a woman, which is not separate from you as a mother. Like, they are overlap, they blend, and they feed each other and nourish each other. It's not like a box that you put yourself in.
And you as a creative being who has like goals and visions and dreams and passions, even beyond like being a mother as well, it is absolutely all connected.
Absolutely. So it's all in here. We're going to go through all of it. And what we're doing is this is like a mini, we're keeping it short so you guys can sort of interact with it on Facebook and get a taste for it. These are short versions of the full, what do we call that section in the book?
Integrate. Integrate, celebrate and release.
Yeah, so there's a full chapter in the Reset Retreat. I'm just going to show it.
Yes,
show it quickly. So this is the Reset Retreat, and it actually comes bundled with the Heart Diary as one of the options. We'll put all the links below if this is good for you. But the whole first section, for many pages, the whole first chapter is about this year in review, releasing, claiming, celebrating, integrating, all of those pieces.
It's about that crossroads, so that you get to the end of it and you pushed the painting again.
You do that, fall on our heads.
So, getting to the end of this time of transition, you feel really ready and really connected to your truth and to your direction and to yourself and to your family from a place of like real awareness and strength.
Yeah. And it is about using the energy that is around at this time of year. It's working with that end of the year energy and that newness coming into the new year, and the solstice energy. So I typically do this sort of thing around summer solstice, for me personally, and it's coming up to summer solstice here in Australia. However, it was awesome and amazing last year. I was in northern Canada, like up in the crazy cold, for solstice. So I did winter solstice, which was also beautiful and actually felt really like the perfect time
it's
to...
very much time of new beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're in North America, it's an amazing time to be leaning into that. But I also do it, I do it on solstice. The solstice energy is pretty amazing.
Yeah, the height.
Yes. So before we start, if you're a replay viewer, then you've got the benefit of hitting pause now, which is good. You want to, if you can, have a piece of paper and a pen, something to scribble it down on. It is more anchoring if you just write a few pieces down. Even if you go back and you reflect on it or you add more or whatever it is, in the moment, just write a few notes down. Even if it's on a scrappy bit of paper, it's the act of writing it, not necessarily the act of keeping it, but the act of writing it that's really powerful. So grab any bit of paper and any writing implement. I've been known to use a crayon when necessary.
And it doesn't have to be lots.
No.
Write what comes.
Yeah, but that will just give it an extra anchoring in your body and integration, the act of writing it. And the act of speaking it out loud is even more powerful. And so if you want to share anything in the comments below, then we would really, really encourage that. And we will respond. We'll get back to you. So whether you're live or on replay, if you've got some piece of paper and some writing implement, that will serve you. And if not, you can still do it. Just do it with a lot of intention to anchor it as you're moving forwards.
So the first question we have for you is, what are your biggest lessons and areas of growth when you scan over 2016 in yourself personally and in your relationships, in your family dynamic?
Maybe start with yourself first and just have a quick think about what have been the areas of growth for you? Where have you really stretched this year, and where are you, if you could look back now with the benefit of hindsight, which you can, look back and see how different you are now. Where are the areas of change and growth in you?
And even if it feels like the change is still happening, it's applicable. Change is always still happening.
Yeah, we never sit still. Yeah. And they may be small or works in progress, but they still absolutely count. And by acknowledging them, you're making a huge difference in the acknowledgement of it. And then lean into your family. A lot of your areas of growth personally, you will have in some way brought to your family, if you think about it. There may be other areas where you've also got new skills, but you are not a collection of boxes. Okay, who you are is who you are when you're with your children, when you're with your partner, when you're being creative, when you're with your sisters, when you're in the bar. It doesn't actually matter. You're always you. So these areas of growth will feed and cross over into all the different roles that you play in your life.
So the next question, the next focus is, what were the biggest challenges? It's highly likely you're still kind of in them, maybe fully in them or partly in them. But over this last year, what were the areas of challenge, and the things that most triggered you, the things that you either feel an ickiness, like a shame, or a sense of like an anger, blame, shame, guilt that you feel,
Or frustration.
yeah, and you feel unfinished around. And the reason we're bringing this in is because it will carry forward with you no matter whether you put energy on it or not, because underneath it's still running in your life, like it's being carried in your energy. So bringing your awareness to it is incredibly empowering and powerful. And then also the next part of this is tuning into where the gifts are and what the learning and what the gold is inside that.
So maybe think about your challenges for a moment.
Yeah.
Write down a couple
just
pieces.
telling you that so that you don't think, well, why are we doing that?
Why are we focused on the crap? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jot down just a couple of things that come to mind. You can expand on this later. And as we said, the Reset Retreat's got a whole chapter of journaling on all of this if you want to do it.
And explanations on it too. Like,
yeah.
help you go into it.
Yeah. Okay, so hopefully you've got a couple of challenges there. You want to do the gifts now?
Yeah. So sometimes gifts, you need to sit with it for a little bit. Like sometimes it feels really, really hard to find gifts. But just the act of being open to the fact that there are gifts and asking yourself questions like, what could be my greatest gifts in this? And like, what if this were a gift? What if this were one of my most treasured learning opportunities? Like, what can this give me, or what has this given me? If you ask yourself those questions, it begins to open it up. And maybe some are already coming to you now, and maybe also if it feels really big and really icky and heavy, if you begin to ask the question, the gifts will come to you like over the next couple of days or few days, if you stay open to it.
Yeah. So finding the gifts in our challenges, I keep this PG, but you know, in the crappiness, is one of the most important things that you can do. Like, you have to live the experience too, but finding the gifts in it is where the growth and the expansion comes from. There's a reason that these challenges are coming to you. And even though it can feel crap, they're actually serving you in some way. And your job is to find out, well, what is the gift within this? Where is it? And there will be one.
There'll be many.
There will be many, but there will be at least one. And sometimes you can't, like initially, when you first tune into it, you go, there was nothing gifty about that. That was just crap. But there is. And I've done this many times in situations where I was like, yeah, how could I possibly find a gift in this? And as soon as I open myself to the possibility of, well, what could be the gift with that curiosity, gifts come. Absolutely. And sometimes the gifts have come because I've asked that question. Like, it's a really powerful question.
Another way to ask it, like Lisa just said, is how is this serving me? And the gifts can be in many layers. Like there's gifts within yourself, like, oh, it's giving me the gift of like practicing more self-love, practicing more self-forgiveness. Like when you connect with that gift, you begin to actually enact it even more.
Or it's extending your ability to be patient. Or, you know, there's
and so many relational gifts. Like there's so much growth in the challenges, in the tricky bits. So and this
you come this way a bit because I want you to be off.
This question of gifts and of how it's serving you is not like from a place of pushing yourself and being hard on yourself, like, oh, how is this helping me to be a better person, like be better than I have been. And it's more like it's from a place of gentleness with yourself. How is this serving me? And often so much of how it's serving you is in like a softening to yourself, and in a like there's often forgiveness and more self-connection, deeper self-connection in relationship with yourself in amongst that. Yeah.
Or with others as well.
Absolutely.
That's another big one.
Yeah.
So it's worthwhile to look at it. And it's not that we're suggesting you necessarily want to take that whole challenge forwards, but you unconsciously take it forwards if you don't integrate it. So that's why we're encouraging you to find the bits that are the bits to anchor, the bits to integrate, and then you can release the rest of it.
And you can really celebrate and acknowledge those gifts as well. Like, give yourself a pat on the back about them and for them.
You keep trying to hide off the camera. Do you want me to move over a bit? You come over there. Okay.
Yeah. So the final bit of this little journaling today is around celebration and acknowledgement. When you reflect on 2016, what are you proud of in yourself? And what are you proud of in your children and your partner, if you have a partner? What do you appreciate in yourself? What do you appreciate in them? Journal that. And this is a time to allow yourself to like really celebrate and really be, don't hold back in the acknowledgement of how awesome you all are, because that's often something that we very quickly, or the voices come in and say, oh, but that's not really that valid because I did that too, or you know, or it's not quite good enough, or it could do better. This is just a time to really celebrate and really acknowledge.
Yes, so journal some of these pieces that you're celebrating, and as you journal them, this is the power tip here, the most important thing that you can do as you're writing these down is fully receive it. And that's what we're talking about. Don't dismiss it. Don't like diminish it and say, oh yeah, but then that was that other crappy thing that kind of cancels that out. No. Stop and really take it in and receive it. Actually internally celebrate it. What you feel in your body is where the power is in creating integration and shift. So you want to feel it. And as you feel it, you feel gratitude. And the gratitude is actually the natural byproduct of receiving something fully into your body. I'm not going to go into all of that energetics right now, but like, yeah, make sure that you feel this celebration. Even if you write one thing on your list and you fully feel the celebration of it, that would be more powerful than writing 20 things and not feeling them at all and just making a list.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So these questions that we asked you are kind of abbreviated versions of what is in this book, the Yearly Reset Retreat. And this book is perfect to go through around the new year and in the first few months of the year. It's a book full of journals. The first section is all about integrating and claiming the new year, integrating the old, claiming the new. But then there's also sections on like the your relationship with yourself, self-care. And there's a section on relationships with your family. Like there's these beautiful relationship maps. There's like we have so many tools that we've created, and this is just a small sliver of them that we feel like are the most pivotal and powerful ones to do in the new year, to really set you up for
that's
a powerful new year.
To set you up. It's about really allowing you to vision and create moving forwards. And so this is the small version. So I don't know if you can see, but we made it kind of small because we used to have we
still have the heart book,
we still have the heart book,
full of everything.
And the heart book is huge. The heart book is like
about 3 times as big.
An attachment planning Bible or something, full of all the processes. And it was too big to do at the end of the year. Like seriously, it's huge. It takes people like a year to get through. But this one is one of the relationship maps. So you draw it all over these, and you can cut them out. And
it's all very interactive.
We send you extras. There's family agreements. There's all sorts of stuff in here, right? But these are the ones that we took out as pivotal for when you're trying to set up mark a new era, create some new foundations, be creative and vision forward and go, okay, I want to make some change, or I want to really acknowledge what's happened and move forwards from that place. This is the things that we thought were the most important and the most powerful in it.
Yeah.
And so we're doing like a little tiny abbreviated version of the first chapter in this, just so you get a chance to start integrating your year and making use of this energy while it's here. I don't know, do we want to say anything else?
Well, I just want to say that our wish and our blessing for you at this special time, like every time is special, but at this the ending of the year, is that you really, really connect with yourself and know yourself and step forwards and relate with your family and the world from a place of true self-connection and the strength and the courage and the intuition and the wisdom that comes with that. So that's our intention for sharing this with you.
Yeah, we get that December is a really busy time for everyone, and so we're trying to find ways to dribble that into your day in a short way so that you're getting snippets of it, you're getting pieces of it, because that is probably the greatest gift we could ever give you, is to come back to yourself.
Yeah, in a way where you just know yourself and you're like, yes, this is my truth.
Yeah.
So on Thursday we're going to have another live, and we're going to go a little further into this, where these things that you're aware of from 2016, you're going to bring what serves you into 2017, and you're going to release what doesn't serve you, and you're going to get clearer on the new places you're wanting to go and the new things that you're wanting to claim.
Yeah. So we would love to have you live, because then we can interact with you. But if you're a replay viewer, that's also cool. And we can still interact with you. If you leave a comment under the video, we'll totally get them and we can have a conversation with you. Even if it's just to share a bit of love and support, it's all good. Yeah. But if you can make it live, that's so much fun to do, and the energy is here. And maybe if we've got some more people here live on Thursday when we do it, we should add a little ritual at the end.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
To actually do some claiming and receiving. Yeah, we'll do something a bit more ritualistic and solid in there. Today was some journaling. Get you thinking.
And if you do want to get the reset retreat and the diary, they go great together, then we'll post the link in the comments. But also the link is mothersawakening.com/yearly reset.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere in the comments below or above. I think we should edit the video.
Oh yes,
yeah, we'll edit the title of the video.
Cool.
Okay, so much love to you. I hope that December is moving along with some form of grace for everyone.
And magic and flow.
Yeah, hopefully you get you find pockets of space, which actually I want to talk about really soon. Oh, Saturday. Saturday, I'm going to talk about pockets of space. Need pockets of space. Okay, much love everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.